If I come to you at any point of your life, and I mean 10 years old, 30 years old, 90 years old, and you cannot tell me what at that moment you are currently learning, then I know that there's a part of you that is not only miserable, but also dying. I am not coming to you as a productivity guru because I think a lot of us have associated learning with academics, with school, or as, oh, I'm purely learning so that I could leverage this skill in this economy, in this capitalist economy, and make money. But when I talk about learning, I talk about it in a huge, like the largest sense, like any new information, understanding, perspective, skill that you acquire. And the reason why this is crucial to your happiness and your health is because the brain is a muscle, just like every muscle, if you don't use it, that is very unhealthy. Studies have shown that some people actually had contracted Alzheimer's disease, but it wasn't found out until after their death when they donated their organs, because these people until the very end kept using their brains and learning new things. Because every time you learn something that you didn't know before, you create a new neural connection. So Alzheimer's disease, which is a disease where it destroys your neural connections, as long as you build new ones, it can counteract the Alzheimer's and you end up not really having noticeable memory loss. That's how important it is to learn new things. But even just for your own happiness, creative people who don't create become miserable and make everybody miserable, but it's actually the case for every living human being. The main trait of human beings that differentiates us from every other animal is our brain. We even created artificial intelligence modeling our brain to replicate the way our brain works. And the scary thing about artificial intelligence is the fact that it just keeps learning on its own. And that is the craziest thing that we've ever invented. And it would be totally useless if artificial intelligence didn't know how to learn new things. And the reason why I know for a fact part of you is miserable if you're not learning anything at the moment is, first of all, I've been through that. We've all been through that. But second of all, it's because instead of that, you're going to compensate because your brain needs new things. And so what are you going to do? You're going to compensate by over consuming, because it was shown that when you buy new things, you get that little like dopamine. It's a new thing. Or you're just going to scroll endlessly on TikTok because it's always new content. You're just going to overconsume. You're going to overconsume substances, food, shopping. But the reason why you're going to do it in excess as well is because it's never going to be enough, because it's not the real thing. And the good news is that learning can be anything. You can consider that you're learning when you're reading a book, even if it's fiction, but if it's really making you realize things and like see things in new perspectives, and then go on with your life with a sense of acquired wisdom, then that is you learning stuff. When you watch even like series or you go to the movies, try every time after the movie to be like, okay, what is one thing that I can take from this movie? I promise you, even the trashiest content can teach you something. And if you have that mindset, your brain is going to register it as, oh, I learned something that is like helpful to me and that will help me grow. And you will truly feel an added sense of confidence and overall satisfaction in your life. And that's just going to become a habit. It's going to become automatic. And you will see that magically the things that you were struggling with when it comes to overconsumption will settle.